Putting together a list of the greatest boxers of all time is no easy task. With the sport having been blessed with so much talent across generations, it's notoriously tough to pin down a definitive top 10, especially given the need to compare fighters by their overall records, achievements in the boxing, and the level of opposition they faced. 1. Muhammad Ali. Professional record, 56-5. 37 knockouts. Ali had such a substantial impact on the sport that fans around the world affectionately refer to him as the greatest, and ChatGPT agrees entirely. While Ali was a wizard inside the ring, winning the World Heavyweight Championship on 3 occasions, he truly cemented his place in sports history by dazzling audiences with his charm, wit and charisma on the microphone. When it comes to trash talking, few have ever come close to matching the brilliance of the Louisville native. When the talking stopped, though, Ali was able to back up his words inside the squared circle. One half of some of the biggest fights in the history of the sport, including the Rumble in the Jungle, where he knocked out fellow great George Foreman, Ali was simply untouchable at his peak. 2. Sugar Ray Robinson. Professional record, 174-19. 109 knockouts. Robinson was a true pioneer of the term of pound for pound. He won both welterweight and middleweight world titles during a period where hopping between divisions was far less common than it is today. In sharing its rankings, Sugar Ray is being one of the most complete fighters ever. His 199-fight career saw him dominate the sport for a period of 25 years. Robinson redefined the sport with his slick footwork, menacing jab and breathtaking power, blazing a trail for those who came after him. 3. Floyd Mayweather. Professional record, 50-0. 27 knockouts. A 5-division world champion, Mayweather is one of just a handful of names in these rankings never to have tasted defeats in their professional career. He faced almost every major star of his era, although often attracted criticism for not fighting certain opposition while they were in their prime. A genuine defensive master, Floyd was incredibly tough to hit cleanly, a quality that helped him retire from the sport with a perfect 50-0 record. Money Mayweather is also the biggest box office attraction in boxing history, having been a part of some of the most lucrative pay-per-view events ever staged. While Floyd brought the curtain down on his professional career following his August 2017 victory over Conor McGregor, he continues to boost his substantial bank balance by participating in the occasional exhibition contest, so long as he receives the right financial offer to do so. 4. Joe Louis. Professional record, 66-3. 52 knockouts. Owner of the longest world title reign in heavyweight history, Louis was champion for a staggering 12 years between 1937 and 1949. The Brown Bomber was a devastating finisher, as his record of 52 stoppage victories proves. His speed and footwork, combined with a solid jab and considerable punching power, made him a threat to anyone that shared the ring with him. As a black world champion in an era of segregation, Louis was also celebrated as a cultural icon and a symbol of hope for millions. Louis refused to back down from any challenge, happily taking on all comers for his gold. 5. Manny Pacquiao. Professional record, 62-8. 39 knockouts. The only boxer to win world titles in 8 weight classes, from flyweight to super welterweight, Pacquiao has a strong case to be considered the most versatile fighter in boxing history. At his peak, he was renowned for his blistering speed, an attribute that helped him knock out ring legends such as Oscar de la Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto and Juan Manuel Marquez. A cultural icon in his native Philippines, Pac-Man simply loves to fight, as evidenced by his recent return to the ring at the age of 46 to take on reigning welterweight champion, Oscar Barrios. Given his age, most wrote Pacquiao off before the first bell had even rung. However, in a shock turn of events, Manny rolled back the years and pushed his younger foe the full 12-round distance. Unfortunately for his legions of fans, Pacquiao was denied the victory as the fight was ruled to be a majority draw. The result, though, didn't take away from Manny's exceptional performance. 6. Henry Armstrong. Professional record, 151-21. 101 knockouts. As the only boxer ever to hold world titles in 3 weight classes simultaneously, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, Armstrong richly deserves his spots in the upper reaches of these rankings. Nicknamed Homicide Hank, he would frequently overwhelm his opponents with his high-volume punch output and relentless aggression. Armstrong moved seamlessly between the weight classes in which he fought, notching up an incredible 101 stoppages in his professional career, a number that would never be attainable in the modern era. His contributions to the sport were acknowledged when he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame as part of its inaugural class in 1990. 7. Roberto Duran. Professional record, 103-16. 70 knockouts. Duran's toughness was exemplified by the fact that he was known as Hands of Stone. The Panamanian hero was a seriously ferocious puncher with remarkable longevity in the sport. Although he fought into his 50s, Duran was at his best as a lightweight, where he reigned as WBA world champion from 1972 until 1979. To his credit, though, he would also go on to win world championships in 3 additional weight classes. One of his most famous triumphs came when he defeated Sugar Ray Leonard to win the WBC welterweight crown in June 1980. 8. Sugar Ray Leonard. Professional record, 36-3. 25 knockouts. Having won world titles in a staggering 5 different weight classes, from welterweight to light heavyweight, Leonard is one of the most successful fighters of all time. Not only was he a technical master, but his charismatic showmanship also made him a hit at the box office. Sugar Ray mixed it with the very best of his era and more often than not came out on top. His glittering resume is highlighted by wins over fellow legends such as Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler and Roberto Duran. Although he has 3 losses on his professional record, 2 of these came when Leonard attempted ill-advised comebacks when well past his prime. At his peak, he was truly brilliant. 9. Alexander Usyk. Professional record, 24-0. 15 knockouts. One of the most technically brilliant fighters ever to step between the ropes, Usyk has a genuine claim to be considered one of the very best heavyweight fighters in history. His success in the glamour division of the sport is all the more surprising given that he has only fought in the weight class on 8 occasions. After making the move up from cruiserweight, where he first achieved undisputed world championship status, the Ukrainian made light work of some of the biggest names on the heavyweight scene. Now in his second reign as undisputed heavyweight champion after defeating Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium, Usyk has a resume packed with notable victories. The 38-year-old has beaten the likes of Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua twice, and is still hungry to continue his legendary career even after securing undisputed glory for a 3rd time. 10. Mike Tyson. Professional record, 50-7. 44 knockouts. The top 10 kicks off with one of the most recognizable names in the history of the sport. Tyson built his legendary status after tearing his way through the heavyweight ranks as a youngster. Iron Mike won his fight 19 contests by stoppage and would become the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old, when he captured the WBC title in 1986 by demolishing Trevor Berbick in 2 rounds. The New York-born slugger would have his fair share of setbacks both in and out of the ring, as evidenced by his 7 professional defeats. However, his star power has remained strong over the years, and he set box office records when sensationally coming out of retirement to face Jake Paul in a controversial comeback bout in November 2024. Granted, Tyson was a shadow of his former self, but simply by getting back into the ring, he became an inspiration to a whole new generation of fans.